Hello, you're watching Singapore Tonight. I'm Genevieve Wu. Member of Parliament for Yio Chu Kang constituency, Mr. Seng Han Thong, received skin grafts to his arms, chest and face on Monday morning. Mr. Seng was set on fire by a 70-year-old man at a community event on Sunday. Doctors at the Singapore General Hospital says he's in a stable condition. He's unable to talk as he's heavily sedated and is expected to be so throughout the night. The other man injured in the incident, Mr. Ao Chu Sing, also received skin grafts today and is now recuperating. He burned his hands while trying to put out the fire on Mr. Singh. Valerie Tan with more.
An outpouring of well wishes from friends and colleagues of Mr. Seng Han Thong. The Member of Parliament is now recuperating in the burns unit.
And the hospital says Mr. Singh is housed in a sterile cubicle within the intensive care unit. Visitors can only see him or communicate with him through a glass screen. And so far, only family members, ministers and members of parliament have been allowed to see him.
Security was tight, as all visitors have to register before entering the ward. Dozens came to see the union leader, including Singapore's Labour Chief Lim Swee Say. Defence Minister Teo Chee Hean and Mrs. Lim Hui Hua, Senior Minister of State for Transport and Finance, also visited. Others who came included grassroots and union leaders. But Mr. Singh's mother, sister and wife, who were at the ward, declined to speak to the media. Mr. Singh is expected to be hospitalized for at least 15 days due to the extent of his injuries. He suffered at least 10% burns on his body. The man who allegedly attacked Mr. Singh has been charged in court with voluntarily causing grievous hurt. Ong Ka Chua could be jailed for life if found guilty.
Now, our reporter Valerie Tan has been following the case and she joins me now from the newsroom. Valerie, what do we know about the alleged attacker?
Well, Jen, the 70-year-old used to be a taxi driver and he's blind in the left eye. In court, he caused quite a stir this morning. He was supposed to be sent to the Institute of Mental Health for an assessment. Instead, he complained of a swollen left ankle because of the shackles on his legs and was sent to Changi General Hospital instead. Over at the Singapore General Hospital, where Mr. Singh is recuperating, the mood was tense today. Visitors crowded the burns centre and some were turned away because Mr. Singh was still in surgery. Most were only able to find out Mr. Singh's condition later in the day. Stable, doctors are monitoring him closely, and if things don't get better, Mr. Singh may have to go for another operation. Jen?
All right, now it looks like Mr. Singh will be in hospital for some time. So what will happen to his MP work?
Well, Jan, as you know, Mr. Singh's Yio Chu Kang constituency is a single ward. I spoke to Mr. Inderjit Singh, who's MP at adjacent Ang Mo Kio GRC. He said the 4 MPs from Ang Mo Kio will take turns to help Mr. Singh's weekly Meet the People sessions. They will also make appearances on Mr. Singh's behalf at grassroots and community events. Still, residents at Yio Chu Kang and those who have been working closely with Mr. Singh have expressed concern over what happened. They described Mr. Singh as someone who's always willing to help. They say the advisor to the Taxis Operators Association has also been finding ways for drivers to cope with the downturn. My colleague Hetty Musfira met them earlier.
Seen here with fellow organising committee members at the groundbreaking ceremony of River Hong Bao last Friday, Mr. Singh had just announced several measures to help taxi drivers tide over this difficult period. One of the measures include setting up temporary taxi stands around the Chinatown area during the Lunar New Year period to generate more demand for taxi services. Those in the industry describe the incident as a senseless act.
We are very saddened to hear about this. Always Mr. Singh always help a lot of our taxi drivers. And then actually this type of violent act shouldn't be. This type of violent act shouldn't be happen. He did put in a lot of effort to help our driver to fight for a lot of benefit and also help us to solve a lot of daily operation problem.
Residents in Mr. Singh's ward were also taken aback.
A sad thing to hear about it.
MP of Seng Han Thong is very kind of all those residents here. This case happened is unfortunate.
他人很好，他还问我们生意怎样啊，会不会受影响啊这样哦。觉得他人不错了，很好了，不会说很骄傲那种，他很和气，很随和。
Fellow unionist and MP for Jurong GRC Halima Yaakob found the incident extremely disturbing.
I really want to also appeal to residents and as well as those who come to us for help. If you do have any concerns, there is a way of dealing with it. There is no need to resort to violence and aggression because Han Thong is affected, his family is affected, but unfortunately I think the person who did it is also affected. He is affected, his family is affected. I don't think it is a win-win for him as well.
Madam Halima suggested that if someone was unhappy, he could appeal against the decision instead of committing an act of aggression against the person who is serving the residents' interest.